Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of an updated kitchen, fridge, pantry tour. I did one of these videos a while ago, but I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of an update. And yesterday we did a huge grocery haul and I was gonna film that for you guys, but I thought that doing a tour of my full kitchen would give you guys a little bit more info and a little bit more inspiration because we don't necessarily buy everything that is in our kitchen when we go to the grocery store on a weekly basis, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, I really love these videos because you guys get a little bit more of an insight as to how we store things, how we use things, different staples that we have on hand, and it gives you guys a lot of ideas, especially for beginners. It can be really kind of daunting to know what to buy at the grocery store, so to see a full stocked vegan kitchen, it will give you guys a little bit of inspiration. So that's what we are gonna do today. All right, so first we're gonna start off with the fridge and the freezer. So on the door, I've got my spirulina, I've got my vitamins because I gotta keep those in the fridge, some almond milk, almond butter, maple syrup.
Whoa, I thought you made your own almond milk.
I do make my own almond milk, but I'm getting so busy and a lot of the times I don't remember to soak almonds beforehand, and I like almond milk over oat milk sometimes, so we bought almond milk and I'm being lazy right now. We have hot sauce, tomato sauce, more almond milk because we get those at Costco because they're a lot cheaper. We have some organic ketchup. These are just beans that I make in bulk that I just keep in the fridge. What's back here? Tahini. Always a staple to make dressings with. Curry paste. This is vegan butter that we've had for a very long time. Sunflower seed butter that I haven't used in a really long time. Organic miso. Miso is awesome for making like your own soups and stuff like that. It's amazing and it lasts for a really long time. And then coming down here, I keep my Vivo Life Thrive powders in the fridge just because I feel like it keeps them fresh. So I keep those in the fridge. We got some dragon fruits. This definitely isn't something that is in our fridge all the time, but tip number one is when you're going to the grocery store, if your grocery store has a reduced section, always check that out because we got 3 of these dragon fruits for $2 when they're regularly like $3 or $4 each. So I'm excited to eat those. We've got some organic strawberries because those are on sale and they're in season. These peppers we got on the reduced rack as well, 4 of them for $2, which is an amazing deal. We've got green beans, and these are like little reusable produce bags. They're an awesome way to prevent using plastic. The fridge is beeping at me. To prevent using plastic when you go to the grocery store. I'll link them in the description because I got them off Amazon. Some organic cherry or grape tomatoes. These are some potatoes that I made in the Instant Pot that I just threw in the fridge that we didn't eat. Some kale, organic kale. These are some organic mushrooms in this little bag. And some spinach that we also get at Costco. And then in this drawer, this is the Goody Drawer. We've got pears that I also got on the reduced rack for like $1. A bunch of apples. We get our apples at Costco at the moment. Some avocados, more apples, lemons. This is turmeric that I bought a while ago, and some ginger. I love having apples and a ton of fruit on hand because it's really great for snacking and stuff like that. Easy to just go into the fridge and grab an apple when you're hungry. The wonderful freezer. That is always super packed. Because we live in Canada, we don't have a ton of fresh, really good quality produce, so we have a lot of stuff that is frozen. We have some organic corn tortillas. This is a bag of peas. And then down here, we've got a ton of frozen broccoli that we get from Costco. A ton of frozen bananas that our local health food shop actually sells frozen bananas, which is really awesome, for really cheap as well. Great for smoothies. And then this is the frozen fruit section. So we've got tons of organic frozen berries. These are organic cherries and Costco pineapple. All right, moving on. This cupboard, we just have bowls and tea section and glasses, you know? And then on the countertops, as you guys have probably noticed, I keep stuff that we use on a very regular basis on the counters. Plus, I think it looks really nice. So I have oats, brown rice, white rice, chickpeas, red lentils, black beans, and white beans. And we get all of this stuff in bulk from the local health food shop, which is tip number 2, always buy in bulk when you can because it's less waste and it's much cheaper. So I make all of our beans from dry in the Instant Pot, which is amazing. It only takes 20 minutes and then you have beans just like that. And then this drawer, we just have like some gluten-free pastas, just like random stuff really. Pumpkin puree. This is a soup that we got at Veg Fest. Some oil-free sun-dried tomatoes, more noodles, coconut milk, diced tomatoes, and there's a can of lentils back in there. This drawer is just full of all of like the extra stuff that we keep in these bins on the counters. So that's just kind of like the extra bin. Over here is like spices and baking and all that stuff. So I have like chia seeds, flowers, coconut sugar, vanilla, tamari, stuff to just really like dress up oatmeal or make sauces with, and then tons of spices and seasonings. And if you guys are going to be making a lot of your own vegan food, you need to have tons of spices on hand, like smoked paprika and curry powder and stuff to really flavor your food with. Because I always just like toss them on a bunch of veggies, throw them in the oven, and then you've got really good tasting vegetables. Over here is where we keep all of like our supplement stuff. So basically it's our cabinet full of Vivo Life stuff. So I've got like the protein powders and the maca and the matcha up here.
Use the code Maddie10, save yourself 10%.
Yes, you can use my code Maddie10 if you guys want to check it out.
Right here. Ding!
And then on the countertop, this is where we keep all the fresh stuff. So we've got watermelon, and watermelons are coming into season now because it's summer. Sounds really good, and it's got a sunspot, which means it's good to go. We've got fresh bananas. I always have fresh bananas and frozen bananas because I like adding fresh stuff to my oatmeal sometimes, and then you can always freeze them afterwards. And then avocados. Avocados are a staple. They're amazing. You just let them ripen on the counter, and then as soon as they're perfectly ripe, throw them in the fridge, and they stay that way for a really long time. So we get a ton of avocados from Costco because they're a lot cheaper that way. So yeah, if you can shop at a wholesale produce section, that is a lot cheaper than going just to like a regular standard grocery store. So that's tip number 3. And then coming down here, we've got pots and pans and like extra stuff. We got a bag of Skinny Pop popcorn from Costco. Sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. Potatoes are a huge staple of ours. I love just throwing potatoes in the Instant Pot, and then you have like perfectly made potatoes in like 10 minutes. This is just my jar for making milk. And then we've got 2 more kinds of oats, some kidney beans back there, and some quinoa. And then this is just crispy rice, which is like puffed rice that I use to make like granola bars and stuff like that. And then we've got our pots and pans, and I love these pots and pans. They're called, what are they called? The Rock? They're the Rock non-stick pans, and we use non-stick pots and pans because we don't cook with any oil when we make food at home. So they're really awesome. These ones are like the best quality pots and pans that I've ever used in my entire life. And they're super easy to clean and non-stick, which is amazing. And if I can find them on Amazon, I'll link them down below so you guys can check them out because they're awesome. And that's about it. And then we keep our Instant Pot in here and the Vitamix out here. High power blender and an Instant Pot are like key for us because the Instant Pot quickly makes a ton of food, and a high power blender you can make things like nice cream and basically anything in a high power blender. Oh yeah, and then this is the water that we use. We get this from the health food store.
We have 3 of them.
Yeah, we have 3 that we kind of rotate through. We don't have like one of those like cooler things just because we don't think it's necessary, but we don't drink the tap water just because it's not up to our standards. This is like a super local company that harvests like fresh spring water, and they do reverse osmosis and distilled water and stuff like that. So yeah, we keep our water here and we use fresh water to make all of our food and to drink.
And that's cat grass. And these are benches for our kitchen that we sit at to eat food.
Yep.
That's an oven that we cook stuff with.
And then we just like, this is all bowls and stuff like that. And then down here are like baking sheets and mixing bowls and all that good stuff, but that's not really anything. Also, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of questions because people have asked me about these containers before, but I got these containers from my local dollar store. So I'm not really sure where you can find them, but they're very simple and standard kind of jars. I love them. They're super cheap to buy and they'll last forever. Also forgot to mention that there's hemp seeds in here and also chia seeds in here. Forgot those. And those are kept in the fridge because in my last fridge tour, somebody told me to keep them in the fridge because hemp seeds especially go rancid really fast, and I didn't know that, so I keep them in the fridge to keep them nice and fresh. So these are the items that I pretty much keep on hand at all times in our kitchen, with you know, some exceptions like dragon fruit and, you know, some fresh produce, depends on the season. But staple things like potatoes and oats and rice and beans and stuff like that, especially buying them in bulk and being able to cook them from scratch, especially like beans and stuff like that, it's so cheap. And it's a huge staple for us, you know, eating whole plant foods. When you have a stocked kitchen and you have these staple items like this on hand at all times, it's very easy for you to quickly prepare a meal because you always have something. You always have a base, you always have potatoes or whatever on hand. So having those staple starchy type items are a must, a must. And then of course, including things like fresh produce and stuff like that. It's so easy to be able to just quickly throw together a meal. Another thing that you may have noticed is we don't have a lot of prepackaged or prepared foods in our kitchen, things like chips or cookies or bars or anything like that, because I do like to make my own, and we do eat as whole food, plant-based as much as possible, which is why you will see a ton of whole foods in our kitchen all the time. And if you watch my What I Eat in a Day videos, we eat very simple. Like dinners are usually just like veggies and beans, because I always have beans in the fridge ready to go. I make them in big batches, and then a grain of some sorts like quinoa and rice or something like that. Anyways, I don't want to be too rambly, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and seeing what we keep in our kitchen gives you guys a little bit of inspiration. But yeah, any other video requests or anything that you would like me to go into a little bit more detail in another video, definitely let me know in the comments down below as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!